Hi everyone, I am Arnaud with a third wish. Thank you so much for joining me today again on this show. I got so many great feedback from last week's show, and I'm so excited to go ahead and continue this journey with you. You can find me at thethirdwish.net or also on my Patreon page slash the third wish. You can find there a number of documents and videos and tips to help you with all the great things you want to manifest in your life. So just recommending you that you get on my website or my Patreon page. We do have a great show today that is planned. I wanted to talk a little bit about something new. We talked about the moon last week and the full moon and the new moon and all the relationships and the different energies around the moon. So this week we'll be switching a little bit more. We'll be talking about the sun energy and the differences between the light and the dark. One of the big events that's coming up next week is actually the equinox. And so we'll be talking a little bit about what that means in terms of difference of symbols and energies. And also towards the end of the show, I will give you a ritual, an easier ritual that you can do at home to welcome the energies of the equinox. But we'll also be taking some calls. We have a couple callers on the line where I will be doing a reading for them. And also, like every week, I will have a reading for every single one of you right after that, where I do have some cards prepared from the tarot where you can pick and choose and see what type of energy is around you at the moment. So we have a lot of fun coming up in this show. So the equinox, that was my topic this week. Next week, September 22nd, we will be in the northern hemispheres, the fall equinox. So we have a number of callers and friends actually from the southern hemispheres in Australia and New Zealand who will be experiencing the spring equinox. Those are very similar energies from the point of view that they bring, the balance into space. The equinox is that moment where the sun aligns with the equator in such a way that when we reach that day, which would be September 22nd, we have a perfect balance between the number of hours of light and the number of hours of darkness and night. And so it brings a very interesting energy in terms of the crossroad, the gate that we get through, the ability to put things in balance in our life, with difference between the fall and the spring, which we'll talk about towards the end of the show. But it is really about that balance, celebrating that moment, that gate we're going to pass through, and what types of energies of balance, of power we want to use for our own advantage, but also recognize that is in the universe all around us and how to make the best use of it. So I will leave you with that right now, but we will talk in a little bit later of the types of rituals and the type of manifestations we can do around either the fall equinox or the spring equinox. So before we get to that, I think we do have a caller on the line, and it is Amy in Westminster, Massachusetts. Hi, Amy.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great. How can I help you today?
I was just looking for like a general reading, like love reading, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's how it works.
yes, it does work. Let me pull a couple cards, and I will tell you what I see for you.
Okay, thank you.
Just, just a minute. Amy, I think the energy that I feel around you is the one that you have come from a phase of where you're really not sure about where things were going. It was a little bit unstable for a while. You had a number of questions, and then somehow you are managing to find or look for a place of stability. And I think it's an important aspect that you're looking for right now. And no matter what area of your life you're looking at, I would tell you that the next 6 months are going to be much more stable and calm than the previous 6 months. You will definitely find that Zen factor or that peace of mind that you've been looking for a while. And I also do see a man around you that will help you also get to that point. So maybe my first question back at you is that does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Yes. Is there any area you would like to discuss a little bit more so I can go a little bit deeper into the reading?
I don't know. I've just been like single for a little bit and just don't know where to go. So I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know.
Yeah, it is funny. Yes, it's funny you mentioned that because I do see a man in the future, and it popped up very clearly. So I think this is part of the message for you, where I think you've been looking for a while indeed, and there is someone coming. I would say before the end of the year, and that is someone that you will really enjoy this partner, this new relationship for you, where you will feel at peace and at ease, and you will be amazed how everything will just flow through. And so I think this is going to be a very nice time for you, especially with the holidays coming.
I hope so. I hope so. How about
Yes.
job? Anything with my job or job
Yeah.
work? Anything like that?
Do you have a job at the moment?
Or I do have a job.
Okay. Just give me a second. I will look into what's going on with your job.
Thank you.
Yeah, what I'm getting around your job is that um, it's kind of one of those jobs that seems to pay the bills for you, but you're not necessarily getting maybe the fun or the excitement out of it. You are looking for something that may be more meaningful to you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yes.
What I what I do see with this job is that uh, I actually see that there's going to be quite a bit of work coming your way.
Yes.
Maybe because yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it feels very busy at the moment. Um, Something that I can tell you that maybe make you feel a little bit better about the situation is that um, it seems like towards the end of the year, your job's going to enable you to meet different people, to go to different places, to have a little bit of a new social network. And so that I think will be very positive.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's good.
Yes, yes, I might well say that it is very well possible that through this job, through the fact that you're opening with this job is opening up to new things and new circles, this could be one of the way you meet this new person coming in your life. So keep an eye on it. I think it has very good potential for the future.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Anything else, Amy?
Um, no, I mean, I don't, I, no, I'm okay. I was just more wondering about my, relationship status. Some kind of, you know, a lost puppy, I'd say.
Yeah, yes. Don't worry too much. Something's in the works, and it's gonna flow through much better than you believe. You will be amazed how easy and um, fun things are gonna be in the next couple months. So hang in there. There's some very good things coming for you.
I have actually one more question.
Sure.
Anything about like my family, we have like this situation going on, not so good. Do you see anything happening with that?
Yeah, let me let me look into that. Yeah, it does look like there's a number of, I would say, even fights and arguments, and people are not really playing nice here. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, very much so.
Uh, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna last for a little bit, but I would say when you get to the next year, there is definitely a resolution that's coming up, that will feel that things are going to get more organized, and there my guides are insisting on the word organized because it feels like it's an issue at the moment that things are not organized a certain way. Does that make any sense to you?
Yes, yes, it does.
Yeah. uh, it will come, but I would just say be ready for the next 3 months are not going to be easy. It's going to be a little bit more of the same, so hang in there. But after that, after we get to the New Year's, you'll be much more happy with where things are.
Good. Good to know. Good to hear.
Thank you, Amy.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Of course, of course. And we have our next caller, Lena in Palmetto, Florida. Hi, Lena.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I am good. How can I help you?
I'm not sure. I just
Hello, Lena. I think we lost you a
hello,
little bit.
hello. Yes.
What question would
Can
you
you hear
like? Is
me?
it a... Yes, I can hear you. You might want a general reading?
Yeah, just like a general. Like, I don't really have anything to ask.
Yeah, sure. Let me look into this. Give me a moment.
Okay.
Well, Lena, I think you've been facing a number of obstacles lately. I think there's a number of projects that you would like to get through, and it feels like it's difficult. It feels like you're running into problems, sometimes new problems, sometimes more of the same. You feel a little bit stuck for different places in your life. It doesn't make sense to you.
What do you mean? Like a lot of like problems?
Yes, for example, projects you would like to pursue, or goals
Oh,
that
like
you have.
there's a lot of like projects that I'm trying to do like at the moment. Like a lot of things that I'm like trying to start and everything. Like it's like I try to finish one thing and then I'm trying to start another, and it's just like a couple
Yeah,
different things that I'm trying to do all at once.
that's exactly what I'm saying. It feels to me that there's a number of projects that you wanted to start that you can't get through. There's a number of new obstacles that came your way that you can't really get to the finish line, is what I'm getting. Uh, Now
Yeah,
looking out, yeah, looking out, it looks much better. It looks like for the next 3 months, you're gonna have to deal with smaller things, smaller issues here and there. But when you get to January through March, you are going to be in a much, much better situation. Things are going to be stable. And so you're going to be feeling, okay, I landed somewhere and I feel good where I am.
okay.
Yeah. Do you have something specific you would like me to look into?
Do I have any specific? I'm sorry, what?
Any more specific question you'd like to deep dive into?
I don't know. The phone keeps breaking up really bad.
Yes. Sorry. I hope that you got my general message about kind of where you are at the moment, and most importantly, the importance of, the next year and how things are going to get much, much better in the next year. So I would probably leave with that.
Okay, yeah, I just like wanted to see like if things are gonna change because I mean things like there's been like a lot of difficult things that just keep happening. Like it's like one thing after another. And it's like I
Yeah,
can't get anything started or finished without something happening to stop anything that's trying to go forward. And it's just
that's
like it's
exactly.
everything like being really really bad.
Yeah, yeah, I do see that, Lina, but I want you to believe and have faith, because what's coming for you, it's not going to be, the next couple months not going to be as difficult. And when you get to 2021, I promise you, it's going to feel much lighter on you.
Okay, I hope so. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you. Uh, and since now we've been into the readings, I think we could continue and do a reading for every single one of you. This is the time. And so as we are getting into the northern hemisphere here into fall, which I'm going to talk a little bit, I wanted to do this reading using three fruits or vegetables, three harvests for the season, and I will be asking you to pick one of them, and I will tell you what the meaning is for every single one of it. So the three that I have for you today are the apple, the pumpkin, or the corn. And so just tune in into the energy of one of those three. Is it the apple, the pumpkin, or the corn? So I'll let you pick one. I think you should have one by now. If you pick the apple, the energy and the card associated and the message for you this week is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a very strong energy. It is talking about the universe or God giving you this magic wand. And it can be for your own use to manifest power and truth and any new energy you want to start at this moment. You know that you have this magic wand. The fire is with you, and it's up to you to make things happen. You're in this unique moment where anything you want to start and get through will happen, and you're going to be amazed about the results. And so very strong energy. I'm inviting you to use it for your own good and start, create, start, enjoy the process. It will be an amazing ride. If you picked the pumpkin, the cards associated is the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands, an amazing card as well. It's also a very strong energy. We are talking here about things accelerating, things moving very, very fast. And you should be really, really happy, because if you were like the previous caller where things were stuck, this is one of those energies around you where things are going to go very fast and accelerating. And so be ready for the ride. It's going to go fast. It's going to go far. And it can also, with this card, be about air travel. I don't know if you're planning to do a trip, but there is something about making a trip, of going somewhere. And so I just want you to know that. Last but not least, if you pick the corn, the card associated is the King of Swords. The King of Swords is a position of power. The King of Swords is the position of ideas. Is also about authority. And so if you pick that card, if you pick that energy, it means that you are moving to a place where now the wheel has turned, the power shifted towards you, and you're now on the throne in a position of power. And so I am asking you, the message this week is, what are you going to do with this power? You now have authority. You now have you can do whatever you want. You're the king or the queen. You have that power. and you can start new projects, you can make some decisions, you can stop. It is all with you. You are coming up as an authority and use that authority to your advantage. This is your time. A very interesting comment I wanted to make is all those cards this week, and I think it should resonate with everyone, is that are about fast forward, are about creation. And so I think it's an interesting time. We've been stuck for obviously a number of reasons. We had the COVID and the virus and the pandemic. I am really getting this sense here that the energy is shifting drastically, and now it's time for us to get unstuck and move forward. It is not a surprise those two scholars had the same issues. They were really trying to move some projects ahead, and they were not be able to get them through. Both of them got that same answer. It is moving forward. It's going to take 3-6 months, but it is moving forward. I want all of you to know that. So I leave you with that. So let's get back now to our theme today. The theme is the equinox. Next week, on September 22nd, it will be the fall equinox in the north, and the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere. And so this equinox, I talk a little bit about how it is about balance. It is about managing two different energies, the light and the dark. And so the first thing to know and to celebrate is that when on Tuesday we are getting through this gate, like the Lion's Gate we went through on August 8th, when we get to this gate, this is a moment to acknowledge the light in our life and the shadow in our life. And we should be appreciative of both. It is the time to say thank you, and it is a time to let go. Those are equally important. For the fall equinox, we are really talking about harvesting. We went through the summer, we planted our seeds in the spring, and then now is the time to harvest. We went through the summer, and now is the time to harvest. And so how are we going to do that? So what I suggest is that you actually create a small altar in your home. It could be on a table, a side table, a coffee table, on the top of a furniture, a desk. And you put a cloth on it, and you will be celebrating the equinox. In this case, we'll be talking about, the fall. And so what are the things that you can put there? It would be, for example, the fruits and vegetables that we talked about, the pumpkin, the corn, the apples. Apples are very sacred. When you cut the apple in half, you can see with the seeds the pentagram and the sacred geometry inside the apple when you cut it in half. But also tools and objects that you would use if you were to harvest. So we're talking about a scythe, we're talking about a basket, that sort of leaves, eventually, that sort of energy. So you're going to put all that into an altar, and you are going to be adding anything you want that's related to the seasons or related to that balance. So, for example, one way to address the balance would be to put a white candle and a black candle, and burning the white and the black candle at the same time to create this element of balance. So when you do that, you can really easily write your petition, meaning what do you expect? What do you expect about this season? What do you expect to manifest? What are you trying to harvest here? And then a few words on the opposite side, same process, but if it's spring where you are, you will repeat the exact same thing, but you will also change the elements that you put on the altar. For example, seeds and fruits and berries and flowers, potentially milk and honey, you see that energy is a little bit different. You would still put the 2 candles, because when you come to spring, whether it's coming up next week or it's coming up in March, you would actually look for that balance as well. But with the spring energy, you're actually looking forward. What do you want the summer season to bring? What do you want to harvest towards the fall? And so that's something that you really want to achieve. And so think about it. I really hope that you go ahead and build these mini altars, or those altars if you want to do a very big one and fancy one, and then potentially organize the meals with your family and friends and family to celebrate next week this gate and this ritual of passage through the gate of the equinox. So I hope that was really helpful to you. I wanted to remind you of my page. Its website is thethirdwish.net, or my Patreon page /thethirdwish, where I share so many videos and blog posts and tips to bring more that manifestation into your life. You see there how to create some rituals, how to potentially bring using jars to create manifestations and rituals around love and money and protection. Lots of tips. Obviously, I will keep telling you those tips in the show, but you can find them on the site as well. We're here to manifest and get through the gate. So wanted to thank every single one of you for this show. And I am more than happy and excited to see you again next week. Thank you very much. Goodbye.